All right, here we go. Game Notes Daily. We are back. First of all, hello, Merles. How you doing, bud?
Great. How you doing? Weather turned here. Beautiful
Oh,
day today. Beautiful. I'm
I,
sunburned. I've been outside. It's so nice.
I saw you posted a video
Mhm.
outside. I think you were relegating teams to workout gear on your
Yeah.
video.
Yeah. Didn't even think about it. I got out there and I'm like, oh, the people are going to chirp me about this Jets hat. So I'm like, I got to say something. And then when I'm looking at the video, I realized I had my wing shirt on too. So it just fell into place perfectly. Some of that stuff's better not planned. But yeah, I went for a big walk today, get a little sweat, a little jog back, ready to go.
Well, yesterday's show was amazing on Game Notes Daily. We had Biz and Witty on, teeing up two games last night that were pretty good games. I kind of fell off on the Oilers Vegas, obviously another little bit of a runaway. We had Migsy on as well. Memesy stopped by. I mean, we had it all going yesterday. If you missed it and you just want to be entertained, go watch yesterday's show because it was wild. But tonight, Merles, it's elimination night for one of these teams potentially. We had that also last night with the Leafs. But welcome. Game Notes Daily. We continue to roll some big nights by some guys. And of course, our show always presented by ScoreBet.
Yeah, the ScoreBet's in trouble after last night. We had a great night, but the ScoreBet is the best sports book for the hockey obsessed. We have daily specials from all the Chicklets crew: Bet with Biz, Ride with Wit, RA's Gambling Corner, G's Wagon. We have the Armor Play. We got the Game Notes dailies. We're always winning. But remember, always play responsibly. 19 plus, Ontario only. Gambling problem? Call Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600.
There it is. Yeah, it was a big night for some of the boys last night. I know we hit a couple things out of the park. My favorite one from yesterday's show, and I think you posted it, was Witt calling out his boy Nuge, his ex-teammate Nuge, who, has been struggling to produce and score. And I said, call him out. Call him
Yeah,
out
your
because
coach.
it always works, doesn't it? I'll tell you this, and Merles, you can say this too. If you're on the bench during a game and you chirp a guy, guarantee, like if you chirp him, guaranteed he scores.
Every time. I would. There was certain guys I would never chirp. Yeah, like he's going to
I don't
score
want
on
to
me.
get him going.
Yep, it's unreal how that works. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So Witty with a friendly teammate call out to Nuge, who needed it and ended up getting one. Big night for Nuge. Big night for the Oilers. The Leafs, stay alive. 3-1 in that series now. They've got some life, and maybe we'll get into that game first, Merles.
Yeah, we'll start right at the start. Nylander first goal. We all
Wow.
had that. That was a big play from all of us. Even the Migs got on that one as a former coach of the kid. So they went to the mixer finally. He finally went to the mixer. They
Caught a
get a
lucky
lucky
bounce.
bounce. Watch out. Watch out. Marner gets one. I'm starting to believe.
And I think the biggest thing was there a lot of question marks around Wall, their goaltender, right? That comes in, zero experience. What's he going to be like? How's he? I thought he looked great. I
Yeah.
thought he looked calm, composed. I thought he plays the puck really well. But he just got the job done for them. He was just rock solid.
I thought I was surprised that he was so confident to come out and move the puck and everything. And then as the game was going, the stats that I was looking for earlier in the day started popping up, how he's 6-1 as a Leaf and blah, 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 and all this. And I mean, they did a good job of blocking a lot of shots and keeping it out there. But which was also funny is how shocked it seemed everybody was. Like, yeah, the Leafs really were blocking shots today. The guys were really blocking shots. Like, yeah, dude, you're supposed to do that every game, let alone in the playoffs.
Yeah, seriously. Some guys paid the price on some heavy block shots. I mean, to start the game, though, I was like, oh no. Like Florida was buzzing. Florida physical. Like it's amazing how much time and space has gone against this Florida team on the forecheck. Like they got to their game right away and were all over the Leafs. And, the Leafs were able to hang in there, withstand the first 5 minutes or so of this like insanity by Florida. Their goalie did a great job. And is this just going to be the story? Is Wall going to be like the turning point in this like epic, great comeback? Because we know they have the horses to do it. We know they have, we got to get to this. Nick Hawkins, how about that Gudis hit?
Jesus.
Holy Christ.
We've talked about him so much. He does it again.
It was crazy because he got interviewed last night in between periods too. And I don't know if I've ever heard his voice before, like I remember playing against him and stuff, but like, I don't think I've ever heard him talk, but what an absolute bone crushing hit. He actually hit him twice. If you watch it, he hits the boards, he bounces off and then he blasts through him again. Gudas is an absolute monster.
Oh man, Punisher is a good word. Yeah, he punished him. I don't know. Like I couldn't really hear the whistle. It was getting late for me here. I don't know if it was too late or kind of
just on time. I think it was kind of one of those like plays that was happening as he got the puck. So I didn't even see really the penalty on the hold in front of the net on Brody, who was holding a stick.
It was tough to see. I only saw it on the replay at the end, but I was thinking the same thing. Like, how did this happen? How are they down a man? Because I was on the Leafs after the big switcheroo. I pulled the switcheroo, which never happens. I don't suggest it, but I
pulled a switcheroo too. When did I pull a switcheroo? And I got it too, but great job.
The Witt was on it big, so I had a ride. Everybody rides. That was a big switch. So I was surprised there was no penalty there. Then all of a sudden we're in the box, but it all worked out. Leafs get two guys, get the monkey off the back, Nylander, Marner.
The corpse
going
4.
home.
I saw Singsy put in there. The corpse 4 is alive now with those goals. So that's big for them. There it is. Corpse 4 coming to life. Singsy's in my basement and tweeting, messaging these right now. So thanks, Singsy. Thanks to everyone for joining. Please hit subscribe on our Chicklets YouTube page. Helps us out. It's awesome. And thanks for joining us and interacting with us. So Toronto survives. There was also some, I think just the physicality plays. Like, what did you make of Tkachuk at the end of the game? I know Bennett was going bonkers. He was just going with McCabe, just going like round and pound again. I know I love the guy.
He should have scored first goal for you too, by the way. He had a couple chances, like really good chances. He was what, plus 1,400 or something?
1,300, plus 1,300 first goal I had.
That would have been nice for your account.
He had that first great chance. Totally. I texted you because I'm like, oh my God, how does that not go in? It hits Woll in the shoulder, that backhander. It was like 4 or 5 minutes into the game. Just a great opportunity for him in front. He had a couple other opportunities to get an anytime goal as well, but the Leafs hold on. Tkachuk and Marner. What do you make of Tkachuk giving him those little rabbit punches, smiling at the end?
Yeah, I understand it kind of both ways. Like Marner, like he doesn't want to do anything, knows he'll get beat up if he goes near him, but I wouldn't like mind like a punch back or But I know at the same time it like if you're a guy hitting somebody and they just sit there and like laugh at you, it gets even more frustrating. So that one's tough. I just think because Marner, there has been so much press on him to like show some emotion and get in the battle. That would have been a moment for him to do it.
Weren't they teammates in London?
Yeah,
too?
London Knights. I watched them win.
Well, you're the London guy now, G.
Yeah,
I am.
London correspondent. There he is right there. London Knights correspondent. Sent them on their way to the league final in the OHL. But yeah, I watched them win a Memorial Cup together. They were on the same line too. It was Tkachuk, Marner, Dvorak. That was their line in London.
Decent.
I mean, it was crazy. They played like 40 minutes a night. They were just like producing like mad. Tkachuk, I believe, tipped in the OT winner to win the Memorial Cup.
Everyone's here for the hair, G. Everyone's looking for the hair.
This is it. Is this the unveiling?
Yeah, everybody tuned in today for this.
Let's get the unveiling out of the way.
So let me preface by saying my hair was so long. It was almost like to my shoulders. It was so long, and I didn't go to Sports Clips. I fucked up. Great sponsor of ours, Sports Clip. I went to this place right down the street, and what the guy was doing was he tied my hair in knots and then would take a razor.
Oh, he's razored it. I kind of like that.
And he just slice off the knot. And it was like a 10-minute haircut. It's crazy. Here it is.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Let's see the
pretty
side
bad,
view.
boys.
Yeah.
Let's see the side.
I thought it was like shaved. I thought you were gonna have to. I thought you had to go down
you
the
got
wood.
the little mully thing going still. Like that's your style, right? The little old school hockey hair.
It's tough. It's pretty brutal, man.
I think
I've
maybe wearing the
way
hat.
Worse. Dude, I imagine me in these countries where I don't speak the language and I have to go get my hair cut there. Some of the stuff I've come out with, it is brutal.
It's the worst. Trying to find a good place to get a haircut is the worst. Thank God we have Sports Clips, best sponsor out there. But fuck, this was fucking brutal.
One time in Wilkes-Barre, I went to the mall, Wyoming Valley Mall, and I had to get a haircut. Like when you were there, you don't have a hair. You're flying by the seat of your pants. So I go into this spot. I got someone cut my hair. They were like, I don't know if it was like their first haircut, but their hands were like really shaky. And I was like, oh man, they must be nervous, kind of like unsure. But anyways, you know how you have to like walk them through it. And to your point, Merles, you know how you have like the sideburns and it comes down a little bit, right? Like you got to even it off. I get it. But mine, she took them up.
Oh,
she took them up.
It's my biggest fear in the world. My biggest fear. I go in every language, no matter what. I'm like, don't touch these. I'll take care of it later.
No touchy. Yeah. I should have done that, but she did it.
I don't have sideburns.
Yeah, she got you pretty good.
They got me pretty good.
I think guys got no sideburns right now. They got you right even with the ear. There's no. It has to come down a little bit.
Yeah, you go even with the ear, and I look in my video. I'm like, fuck, it's even with the ear.
That's the worst part of it.
Oh, look at that. Holy shit. Never go back there, G. Oh my God. Never go back there. Holy. Like I couldn't. And then I'm like, you're kind of okay with it after a little bit. Like you're super self-conscious, right? But then you're like, oh, it's just hair. It'll grow back, but you got to live with it. And then you got to face people. So credit to you for coming on this massive program that we've established here at Game Notes Daily and revealing that slop of hair that you've now got to live with.
The worst was like my girlfriend came home and she just took one look at me and she's like, oh no. She's like, you didn't cut your hair, did you? I'm like, yeah, I did. And she was so rattled at me.
Yeah, here's someone saying this in the chat. I feel like all haircuts aren't great at first. I agree with that. I think a week after a haircut is probably the prime time.
Yeah.
Even that was me with a hockey stick. I liked when I cut down a new stick. It was great to use. It had good pop off the start, but it's best used after a couple practices and you get it just right where it's sweet, right at that, like you got to get it worked in a bit. So, gee, work in that haircut a little bit, bud.
And some guy messages me and he's like, gee, you got to stop worrying about your hair and you got to get your teeth fixed. And I'm like, if I could get my teeth fixed for $25, I would do it. It's not that easy. It's so expensive to get your teeth fixed.
I got to get my teeth fixed.
I got a mean snaggle tooth. It's bad.
Yeah, that's good. I like that snaggle tooth, bud. Makes you look mean. Making you look mean.
Oh, yeah.
So, Merles, where you want to stay on Leafs a little bit, though? Gee, thanks for sharing that story.
Leafs, yeah, it's good. I'm happy. We got 2 more days to talk about them. I'm pretty sure we can lock Biz in to come on again tomorrow because they won when he came on. So we'll push to get him because that's like you said earlier. The show yesterday, it's over with the picks, but it's just pure entertainment what went on in that show. So
it was a crazy show. It was electric. It was hilarious. We Biz throwing out prop bets left and right, admitting to his load management fall back, and
that was breaking news all of Toronto.
It was unbelievable, and I love that we're going to get more hockey too. I mean,
exactly.
I don't want to see that series go away. Once again, we have another 2-1, a 1-goal game. Other than game 1, I believe is empty netter, but every game's been tight. And this series hopefully can build some kind of close.
Yeah, if they just win the next game, then we got our money's worth out of that series. We'll get 6 games. They just got to win that next one at home and get us back down there. Then the drama for game 6 down there would be huge.
Yeah, then it's
very exciting.
In between the next game and this game, let's get to some other breaking news. Yesterday, I believe it was this morning. I know it was kind of leaking out last night about the Philadelphia Flyers and Danny Briere named a new GM of the interim tag, all that stuff removed. He will be the GM of the Philadelphia Flyers, along with our boy and our good friend, Keith Jones, which will be the president of hockey operations. What a great, fantastic guy. Couple good hockey guys right there, I think, for Philly. And we'll see what they can do. I know there was criticism of Philly kind of with the old boys club from back in the day. So I'm sure they'll be hearing a little bit about that here today and moving forward. But I do like both those guys a lot.
Guys, I would love to hear if EBR, if Game Notes Daily was tag teaming this. You guys are both president of the Philadelphia Flyers. What are you guys doing this offseason? What moves are you making? Where do you see the direction of this team? Tell me what you guys would do.
Wow. Throw that on me here.
I'm going to try to what they should have done this year. I would try to unload guys, contracts, anything at the draft this summer, anything I could do to get to a starting point. I'd be obviously just winding through the draft because I believe where are they picking 7th? Or the Flyers. So I'd be really making sure we can bang out some of these picks. And I would just try to get that thing, as bare bones. I think to get Couturier back, who had, another surgery. He'll return. They'll get some guys back. Cam Atkinson will be back, who I believe was injured for a good chunk of the year too.
But are you saying so? You're saying go full tank?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I'll move up and try to move up in the draft. Try to get into that top 4. I grabbed Michkov at 4. I completely tank again next year. He's not even on the radar. Boom, I grab another top 5 guy. All of a sudden, maybe that in 2 years, then I bring them both over together. I've completely cleaned up my cap stuff. I've called my friend Murley, who's over in Europe and knows all these European guys. I find a couple little D-men that nobody cares about that are dominant in Europe, and I get them over on friendly deals.
And if you trade away a bunch of assets, you'll gain more first-round picks, more second-round picks. So when Michkov comes over, it's not just the first-round pick from 2024 coming with him. It's the other first-round pick, the second-round, the 2 second-round picks, the 3 third-round picks. You know what I mean?
And how about like college free agents too? I think they've got to hammer those kind of pools and find some guys and start doing that. So if I'm in there, it's all hands on deck. I know Jonesy, good hockey guy, good hockey mind. He'll have everyone, pulling on the rope. I'm proud of him, happy for him. I worked with him there no more than less than a week ago in Raleigh. So pretty amazing breaking news for that guy. Just a real good, I think, liked by everyone.
Did you ever go to his house outside of Philly?
I've never
he had
been.
a donkey farm. It was kind of wild.
No way. No way. Did you go there?
Yeah, we went.
I know you guys interviewed him.
We went and interviewed him at his house. He had a gorgeous house. I think he sold it, and when he sold it, he sold the farm and the donkeys with it. But he had this awesome donkey farm. He had like 5 or 6 of them with hilarious names. It was cool.
Wow,
What a guy.
He's gonna just create a great culture there. Same with Briere. They know how to win. And then, you've heard of Philly having not a great culture for years now. So it's gonna start at the top, start all over, brand new culture. And if you're talking college guys, then you give Benny Barr a call, guy we had on our Game Notes podcast. He knows all the young talent. You get a guy like him on your side. And college free agents, there's great players in there.
Yeah, they got
excited for Philly. Few years, get them back. We need them good again.
Yeah, and we need them good. It's interesting though. Like, I like Jonesy, and I'm in Pittsburgh, and he's a Philly, so fuck you, Jonesy.
Hey, it might be more in between the benches spots for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, TNT.
So
let's go. Get me in there, right?
Yep.
Come on, let's go.
As long as it doesn't take away from Game Notes time.
No. It's only at night. We can get Game Notes going anytime, Mur. Yeah, you're right. Start the campaign. People in the chat, start firing it off. Army for TNT. Let's go. Shameless plugs everywhere. All right, moving on.
Hey, I'll say this real quick, guys, before we move on, Merles. Cole Yzerman would look very, very good in a Philadelphia Flyers
jersey.
Jersey.
That's the guy. You get him and Michkov together. There we go. You're starting to buzz.
High-end skill. They got to start getting that high-end skill. Absolutely. So we'll move on. We'll go to the next game, the Oil and the Golden Knights controversy, of course, with the Pietrangelo slash their Army to TNT. Let's go. Hashtag. Yeah, love it. Yep. Pietrangelo slash he's getting a game. For sure,
at least. Sure. Do you remember? I just trying to ask my brother. I'm almost positive I was at the game in Madison Square Garden when it happened to Lemieux. Do you remember that?
Broke
Adam
his
Graves?
wrist, though. He broke his wrist.
It was the same type of just completely out of nowhere, just complete.
That's like old school, like 70s style, where you try to break a guy's arm, intent to injure, came over his head, came across the ice. It was late. It has all the calling cards except for Draisaitl. Thankfully, seemed to be okay. Thankfully, right? And he seemed on the bench. Do you see the shot of him? He was like, I'm good. Telling everyone to relax. He was kind of telling everyone on the bench, I think, to relax. People were probably going pretty nuts for the egregious slash on him. But thankfully, Draisaitl's okay because he's just dominating playoffs right now. But that's the only reason why I'm unsure if it'll be any more, just because there was thankfully no injury. So a game, if he's injured, it goes insane. Two, I could see two still, right? Do you think it'll be more than that?
If he's okay, then they can't do him too dirty. But that was just brutal. I'm blaming the Oilers coach. Why on earth are those two on the ice in a 4-1 game with less than 3 minutes to play? What kind of run we call? They want their cookies, which makes it like. I had next goal, Oilers' next goal. And do you see how much he missed that by? This guy has the most goals in playoff history in like this amount of games. He has known as the best backhand passer in the world ever, and he missed the empty net, and it was a horrible beat. But you can't have them on the ice. It's a long playoff run. Why?
And on top of it, McNasty jumps in there.
Yeah, exactly. See, and then what if he goes in and breaks his hand punching a guy?
He throws one little rabbit punch over the top, but like, how about McDavid
I was
getting
like, no,
in there?
don't hurt his hands.
I know, but it's like, how much do you kind of love that though?
I do, but it's
unbelievable. I saw Pietrangelo start to try to get the lawnmower going on him. Like when you see a guy like that too, you're like, oh, here we go. I'm going to just beat the wheels off this guy. Credit to McDavid though for getting in there. Credit, thankfully, Leon wasn't hurt. That was just a crazy slash attempt to injure. Call it what it is. There's no question. So we'll see what comes down. I don't know. G, keep track of that for us. I know you got lots going on back there, but
I got these Oilers stats. Of course, I always get these stats sent to me too late. Oilers 4-0 in their last, like after a loss in the playoffs, 4-0. The last time they've lost back-to-back games was February 25th to 27th. That's like ridiculous. It's middle of May now. I wish I had that earlier because then I would have like max played the Oilers like Witt did. I hit them for a little bit, but that was all right.
And G shared a stat with us in the group chat. It was from a tweet from Willie G. Ramirez at Willie G. Ramirez. The Golden Knights have 599 penalty minutes in 82 regular season games. It's the lowest in the NHL. Through the playoffs right now, they have 201 penalty minutes, which leads the playoffs in penalty minutes. They went from being the least penalized team to the most penalized team, including 134 minutes in penalties in their 2 losses in this series. So it's just like insane.
Blame Biz. He said it on the podcast like 8 times.
There he is. Give him some credit. We'll give Willie some credit.
Willie G.
That's a great little stat right there.
Biz brought it up on the podcast 8 different times. Then I heard him going on TNT and telling people about it. And then he was even on Pardon My Take with Big Cat and all those guys in PFT. And he told them, I think, about it too. So he's been spreading this word of EBR rule number 8. Chicklets talks about something, you go the opposite. So another Chicklets mush by Biz.
This is so good. Total mush. Other things through the game. Bukestad, physical all night, gets a goal. Bouchard, I know we were talking lots about him.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Another power play goal. You said they're going to take away all this stuff. Where did he bomb that from, Merles?
Bombed it. +3. I had +300, but I was getting tickets sent to me all over Twitter. Guys were getting it +600, +700.
Wow.
People crushed it. Some people absolutely crushed that game with him.
He walked right down Main Street. He hit it from like the top of the circles. I mean, it couldn't have been any closer.
The red tees.
Yeah, he just bombed it, and that has no chance. And here, from the angle that I initially saw, I was like, did Hyman tip that? And you're like, no. Yeah, then they showed another angle. You could see clearly, kind of goalie got a piece of it, which made it change direction a little bit as it went into the back of the net. But the turning point for me also in that game was Stone. Cross-checked by Ekholm into like the post, almost hits the goalie's pad with his face. Like it could have been another skate off the face issue. It was crazy, but I thought that probably it's a cross. Ekholm's a king of the cross-checks, man. He's a cross-check king. He just pounds guys with cross-checks. Watch him. It's unreal, the work that he does with that stick, Merles. But then he goes down and absolutely laser beams a bomb, top corner. And it went from like maybe a penalty in like a close kind of game still to just absolutely opening it up right there for the Oilers.
Yeah, Ekholm, he reminds me like Pronger. Pronger used to cross-check so many guys that like the refs couldn't call every one because he would just do it nonstop. So it was just like he gets away with it. That's kind of how Ekholm is. But I think he had a little wrister right before that, and it didn't do anything. So you knew that big clapper was coming because he scored his first ever goal with the Oilers from the exact same spot, and he put it right up in that far corner too. So he knew exactly what he was doing.
Oh, I'm seeing it's a Yamamoto with the cross-check. Was it Yamamoto? I thought it was.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. Was it? I saw Yamamoto in there in the mix.
I thought it was
cross-checked him.
I thought it was the cross-check king. That was Yamamoto. Okay, I screwed that up. One huge guy with a beard to some tiny little guy.
Righty, lefty. Yeah, we're off.
Yeah,
I was just because I was on Oilers' next goal. I was just so happy. I didn't even care who it was. They were just happy they didn't call it.
Yeah, well, I watched the game, Army. Maybe. Oops, my bad. I'm mistaken it. But
my
no cross-check.
So late in the morning. I
no cross-check leading to a goal. Nonetheless, I feel was a massive turning point in that situation. And then the big one. The big one on the show yesterday. I know, Merles, you put it out there, the Nuge goal, because Witt, we said, hey, Witt, you got to call him out.
Nope.
You got to call him out. And Witt was gently called him out because he's, an ex-teammate of his and a buddy of his, and he loves the guy. But we just said it. It always works with the Nuge. Yep. Always. So that was a massive goal in waking them up, waking up Nuge, because, he's a guy that, can be such a difference maker in like the second layer, and we've seen through series how many teams have those guys that have been successful. Like, look what Martinook's doing, and we'll get to him tonight. But I mean, those guys are difference makers, right, Merles, at this time of the year?
You gotta have contributions from everywhere. Like even last night, look at those names we just said with the goals: Bukestad, Ekholm. That's what you got to do if you want to win, especially if you want to beat a team like Vegas. Yeah, it can't be one or two guys. You need the whole team. And as these playoffs are going, you're seeing it more and more. These underrated guys, these depth guys, and they all play the same way. They go to those dirty areas. They're not afraid to go to the net. So it's really good to see. But yeah, we can move on to the Canes.
Let's get
going. Let's get some winners going. Everybody's like, come on, guys, we need winners.
Elimination night. Canes against the Devils. 3-1 Canes. They go in and mop them up in New Jersey. We'll see heading back to Raleigh. We know it's crazy there. Oh,
there we go. The star of the chat yesterday, Zach Boychuk.
What's up, boys?
What's going on? Our favorite line maybe in the chat so far was chirping Colsey about his style too. So that's why we had to have you on today.
It was not good. I'll be honest. I was his teammate. I'm a little bit embarrassed about it, but he might have the worst style of all time.
Yeah, so everyone watching, this is Zach Boychuk. He was a first-round pick of Carolina Hurricanes, played a long time in North America, up and down, AHL, NHL, then moved over to Russia, which we'll get to. We're going to need at least one story from there, or Biz will not be happy, but you got to remember it's a live show here, so keep it clean. And right now he plays in Berlin, Ice Baron Berlin. Team EBR has followed over the years, and we get some inside scoops sometimes from you. So welcome to the show.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, thanks for getting me in the mixer here. This is fun. But I'm wondering where Pasha is right now. Is he?
I know.
He's kind of going away right now.
I'm right here, buddy. I'm right here, buddy.
You better watch yourself, Zach. Look at his sleeveless jersey he's got on. Look at this guy. He's just pulling
I had to do it for Roddy the Body. He's got all the boys like working out every day, so he was my line mate. So I had to do it.
Nice. Pasha, what's going on? How you feeling?
Yeah, what are you thinking, bud?
Devils are definitely in one. I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but ever since I started sitting here in Biz's chair with this setup, my takes have been just way off. So
weird.
something to that. Yeah, weird. But, first and foremost, credit to the Canes, man. This team, it's very impressive what they're doing. Missing the guys that they're missing with injuries. Brenda Moore is a hell of a coach. So there's no hate for the Canes. Very different than last series where I despise the Rangers and their fans and everything about them. Props to the Canes. The series isn't over. There's some things the Devils have to change to get back in it, but got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I gotta ask Zach. Sorry, go ahead, Merle.
No, I was just saying, the Canes look great last game. Go for it.
Yeah, they did. They've looked great really through the playoffs right now. I got to ask you, you said your line mates with Rod the Bod, head coach of the Canes. Like, can you see when you played with him and stuff, like the philosophy that they play with? Is this something that he's kind of, you think, just come into coaching and thought this is a way to play? Like, they play very structured man-on-man style. I think it's really hard to do, Zach. Like, tell me kind of what he was like playing with him and if this kind of resembles, him as a player from your experience.
Yeah, he was really quiet, actually. Like, he was all business all the time. Like, you can tell he's got all the guys working out a lot. But I love how he's just got all the boys just going. Like, it's literally nonstop shots at the net. He's a lot different, I think, as a coach than he was as a player. Like, as a player, he was really quiet. He was kind of that captain of the team that's just, you're kind of like scared of him. Like, what's he going to say? And like, being on a line with him my first NHL game, it was like, I was so nervous, obviously. And he just like came out to me. He's like, don't worry about it. Like, just play your game. and just like really eased it for me. So it was, but he's way different as a coach. Like he'll come up to you anytime as a coach, chat with you, have a beer with you. But he wasn't having any beers back when I was playing with him.
He seems like emotional, like authentically emotional, like himself. Like he seems very comfortable in himself with his coaching style. And I think his team really reflects him almost with the way they have that energy and kind of that style of play. And they've been a monster. Let me ask both of you guys, what do you think happens tonight? Zach, go first. Go first since you guys control the series. Sorry, Pash.
I don't know. They're looking pretty strong right now. I mean, the goaltending for the Devils isn't looking great. Who's going to start tonight? I got to go Canes. I got to think Aho's got to bring something to this series here soon. Martinuk's been unbelievable. Guys had an insane series. What'd you say? He's on the Russian gas, or he's on the piss?
Yeah, we got to get a piss test on that guy.
Yeah. So you got some picks, Zach? You got some picks for your Canes tonight? What do you got for us lined up for this game, this pivotal game, this elimination monster here tonight?
I think it's going to be a tighter game, but I got to take Canes puck line, maybe get like a puck line Jesus here. And then I'd love to see the over. I think it's like 6 right now. And then
I got 5.5 minus 125.
Yeah. What is it,
that going to get one? Over is 5.5 minus 125. Yeah, Aho anytime.
All right.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, I think over for sure.
Yeah, I think Aho anytime plus 130, plus 120. I was thinking about that one earlier too.
I like that. I like Aho. This guy, he's just on it. He's everywhere. He gets pucks in the face. He doesn't care. He gets up. He's just wheeling and dealing. Guys like he's in the mixer. He doesn't care where he's at. Remember those goals against the Islanders too, where he just knocked it out of the air, banged it in. Like this guy's not afraid to get to areas for a smaller player and can make so much happen. Posh, do we need to get the paddles out, bud? Do we need to go do we need to revive the Devils here? Do they have any life? Like with Jack Hughes running the show right now, he's got that energy, man. I don't know. Yep. He's pulling his team along. He's pulling them.
No, yeah, Hughes is buzzing. He's not a problem. Timo Meier looks good. Heischer, I think, has been great. I mean, he's doing kind of what he did to Zibanejad to Aho, not to that extent, but he's shutting him down. You know, he gave Zibanejad no life. Aho's been a bit better, but I think Heischer's done a great job of that. Bottom line is they need a lot more out of guys like Jesper Bratt and Dawson Mercer. I think those guys have been just, you know, as PK Subban said, they're passengers right now. So I think Mercer.
What about your buddy Miles Wood? Is he still taking penalties, or he's all right?
Yeah, no, you know what? He's actually looked pretty good. I think he's got a couple goals this series. He's taking no penalties.
Their line's been the best line. Their line's been arguably the best line.
I know. McLeod's looked great. Bastian's solid. So Miles Wood, you know, I think that little PP wax sitting the few games out, it really had an effect on him. So hopefully that stays. Knock on wood. But I think a big game for Mercer. I think Mercer anytime goal scorer. And I agree with you, Zach. I think it's going to be a tight one. I think it's going to be 4-3 Devils. It's going to be a real tight one.
All right. Over. You're on the over score. These overs at 5.5. Witt called it right at the start of the playoffs. Take all these 5.5. I was shocked today when I came on the ScoreBet and saw it at 5.5. I can't believe they haven't changed it to 6.5. So, yeah, we got to hammer that one again.
We got to get after it. Merles, I'm going to go Hughes anytime goal. I'll take him. He's the only guy that seems to got him the other day when I called him first goal too. Just idiot that just threw it out there casually. And I like Burnsy, the big Sasquatch. I'm gonna got him 2 points. 2 points. Wow. Their D just throw it in the mixer, right, boys?
He's a big mixer guy. He's
a massive mixer. He throws them in there. He's active. Their D have been really productive too. Like Pesci, some of these guys getting up and play, creating chances, scoring. I think Burns will be a factor tonight with a couple points, just getting it in the mixer. That's plus 380 for Burns for 2 points.
Thank you.
And then you know what? I'll take that over too. I'll do that over at 5.5.
All right.
It's got to be Schmid in that too. I mean, listen, it's easy to sit here and criticize, and I love a lot of what Lindy's done this year in this playoffs. But starting Vanacek last game, just mind scratching. As Biz said, it's this voodoo superstition bullshit just because he won the game, but he was terrible. Schmid's gotten us all the wins so far. He's got multiple shutouts. It had to be him. So I think it'll be him tonight. I think we'll see a bounce-back game from him.
Is Blackwood still there, or is he gone? Did he get traded?
No, he's still with the team. He's still with the team.
I think I saw Singsy saying to start Wedgwood or whatever his name is.
Blackwood. Yeah, there's been talks of that. Elliot Friedman made a comment saying that he heard rumors maybe Blackwood would start. I would be shocked. That would be a really
you gotta go with Schmid.
Hail Mary. You gotta go Schmid.
He's had those 2 games where he looked like the Conn Smythe, so you got to have him. But yeah, same with me. I'm on over 5.5. I'm taking Jarvis anytime. He had a couple goals early on. He plays that first power play. You get him at plus 190. I like him to get one tonight, but the over is the play of the day for sure.
Yeah, and he's like Zach Boychuk. He's like fast. He's tenacious. He'll take pucks wide with speed, drive them through the net, right? Or am I thinking?
I tried.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I remember playing against you, Army, when you're in Toronto, and you absolutely murdered me on the half board. Like
that should have been a penalty.
Jay Harrison comes running in to protect me. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, Jay Harrison. I thought he was gonna fight me, and he's like pretty strong, big, strong guy too. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna dust me, and I absolutely throttled you with that hit too, though. Like,
welcome to the big leagues.
We got to find that on YouTube. We need video of this.
Yeah, I think it's on there somewhere. I don't know. I probably should have got a penalty for it, maybe a charge. I came from a long ways away. But yeah, I remember that the young kid on the wall trying to dig it off the yellow, and I was just hunting hard. And then I think also like we hung out at where did we hang out at? It was a golf tournament in Saskatoon. What was it for? I remember Shenner's golf tournament. Yeah, so I got to hang out at Ebbs, you, Hickey, bunch of guys, good crew of guys. Not enough guys in the league like that anymore, I think, as far as I know. But even though Ebbs is still rolling, but a great group of guys. But I think Canes get it done tonight. Oh, gee, we got to get your picks. Did we get your picks?
No, not yet.
Oh, I was going to ask Zach for a Russian story before we let him go, but I got my picks easy. Jesper Bratt's due. I got Jesper Bratt anytime goal scorer, and EBR boys. Everybody rides. I'm on the over. I'm on the over.
Yes, let's go.
Jesper,
we gotta get Pratt. We gotta wake him up here, boys. He's been sitting there drinking too many Big Deal brews. Let's get the Jesper Pratt going here. Let's go.
He's been sleeping. He's got one empty net goal all playoffs. I mean, is he gonna get anything done? You got to do a call out on him, Posh. If you want any life, it works.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
You gotta get him going.
Here we go.
I've been trying to find
I've
been trying to find the Big Deal brews in Alberta. They're like everywhere, but sold out. Like can't find them. Every liquor store, they get a bunch of packs in and then they're gone immediately. So like I've tried like 5 or 6, and I actually tried them. I was up in like Red Deer area, got some.
Let's go.
But
we got more shipments coming, Alberta. We got more coming.
They're lining the trucks up, bud.
Yeah, we need some ship to Sweden. I'm down to my last one. I'm saving it for the game of the year bet that I got coming up in the next couple of weeks, where I'm going to need it for the rally.
What a beauty, Burls. Yeah, just hanging by a thread over there in Sweden.
Pasha,
I love it.
Yeah, let Pasha. I hope this. I mean, it's probably your swan song. This could be goodbyes for you.
No. You said this last time before Game 7 in Jersey. I told you I'd be back. I will be back. This series is not over. They are absolutely in one, but every time their back's been against the wall, they've responded. The series is not over yet.
They're going to go into Raleigh. That place will be rocking. The tailgate will be rolling. The pylons will be set up. Colsey will be out there setting up all the pylons. That's what he does. He'll be setting up the pylons, tailgating with the folks, and they'll get in there, and that Carolina fan base will just be going nuts. They'll be going nuts, bud. Here we go.
How long were you there, Merle? You were in Carolina.
I played two. I'm an alumni. I got the hat up there. two exhibition games. Point a game player in my Carolina Hurricanes history. Do you call it, or career? Yeah, 1 goal, 1 assist. I got sent down on the plane ride home. It's been well talked about on here.
And then you went to the Albany River Raft.
Yeah, well, I went down there for like a week and a half. This is a perfect segue. Wow, you're good at this. So I went down there for about a week and a half. I was so pissed off about getting sent down. All of a sudden, I get a phone call about going to Russia. And that's when I took off and I left for Russia before I played that season. And so let's go. We got to get to Russia. Biz loves the Russian stories. But remember, this is live. We don't want anybody getting in trouble here. So.
No, I have too many stories, and I don't want any Russian people coming after me. But like the first 2 years I was there, I never got one paycheck on time.
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna say I saw you were in Bratislava in Slovakia. They still owe me like $50,000.
It took me 2 years to get my first paycheck. Like literally, I played the year and waited 2 years to get my first. It ended up coming like it all like they were trying to get back into the Slovak league, and they said the only way you do it is if you pay the last couple of years. I guess you weren't included in that. I don't know.
No.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, my agent probably got it.
Yeah.
By
Sweet.
the agent, yeah.
Yeah.
And then other than that, like the Russian gas story is pretty good. Like I was in Cherepovets, like they literally take you to the back corner of the shady looking rink. You're in like a little like locker room. They got the lights like turned off. There's like a little Russian doctor in the back, and everybody's like lined up to lay on the bed and get hooked up to this tank. You're like laying down, and like they tell you to like just hold your breath for as long as you can. And like it's like you suck in the gas, it like goes up to your head, and you start getting like woozy, and then you walk out of there feeling like $1 million. Like it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's nuts. Hey, Zach, come here. Come here. It's just oxygen. Just oxygen. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just the vitamins.
Yeah, take the vitamins every morning. I remember getting an IV like in the room, like on the hotels on the road. They give us IVs like after every game, and I'd like get a picture, like trying to like get a Snapchat or get like a video of it. The doctor's like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, what's in these things? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was telling the story on PMT. I couldn't remember who the guy was, but the one place, it was just the IV wire coming out of the wall. So you couldn't even see the pack of what you were getting. It was just a tube coming out of a brick wall.
Crazy.
The place is nuts. But how bad was that, Sharapo? Was it tough to live there, or was it like you're in the hockey life? And because it didn't look
like
good when I played
there.
there.
It was actually a big city. The rink was okay, but there was only one restaurant in the whole city. We lived in the worst apartments, and like we lived with the coaches. It was like basically a baza.
I was gonna say baza. Biz loves the baza stories.
Yeah, so you can't go anywhere. Like it was kind of a tough spot.
Jeez.
Well, Zach, your life in hockey, still grinding. Beat them till the wheels fall off, buddy. Keep going.
Berlin's a great spot to play. That's one of the top spots you want to be in Europe, just for financial and just living the life. It's a great city. Are you going back next year? I didn't see your contract. I don't know.
Yeah, I got one more year there, so I've been there for 3 years already, and won a couple championships there in the Deutsche League. So pretty good.
We rode you.
Like
EBR. Berlin was one of the original EBR teams when I first started this whole European act. But then this year, what happened this year? You guys were brutal at the start. And
yeah, it was a tough year. Well, we're moving on to next year.
All right, so we're gonna look for you guys next year. We'll be on you guys. The Swedish league schedule just came out, so it's gonna be here before you know it. I hope you've been working out and ready to go.
Yeah, I might have to have a good season this year. See if I can get to Swiss or Russia or Sweden. But come see you. And where are you at again?
Timrå. Yeah, come on up, Timrå. We made the playoffs this year. They're gonna have another good year. They just got a guy from Pittsburgh, from Wilkes-Barre, so they're gonna have another good season.
Put in a good word for me.
Yeah, I will.
I like it. That's how it works. That's how it works over there. Just get the good word going.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
agents got to do a lot of work over there.
Yeah.
How many different countries did you play in? Like, I think I'm on like 7 now. What were you?
Yeah, I think it was 13 as my home base or something crazy. Yeah, they asked me on that in PMT too. And then I figured at one point how many different countries I actually played one hockey game in, either exhibition or regular season. It was something like 27 or something, because that old KHL. The old KHL.
No wonder you
Kazakhstan, Belarus, you had Latvia.
Did you go to China or no?
And then when I went to Asian League, I played in China, South Korea, Japan. Wow. So I've hit all these places. And then when I was in Croatia, and so start there, we played all the exhibition games against Austria. We went down to Italy and played. We were in Slovakia. So I hit them all. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of stickers on your suitcase. Eh?
That's what my buddy's like. You got to write a book. He's like, I already know the title, like suitcase. Like it's so perfect.
The stamps on the passport. You got you're running out of pages.
Visas everywhere.
Yeah. That's why I got a new. I had to get a new passport now, and then they gave me a little temporary one because I've been traveling so much. They need it for so long, probably to check on me. I've been all over the place.
Yeah. Well, thanks,
fun.
buddy.
You're the
Enjoy.
Insider for the Europe. What's up?
Yeah, that's how you get it. That's how you get the inside. You got to be
Playing all the
everywhere. That's
leagues.
why I know some of those rinks. I know some of those bus trips where the locker rooms set up can just make you not want to play well. So that all goes into it.
Yeah. So. Thanks, buddy. Though. Thanks,
right,
Zach,
stay
for
in the
coming
chat.
on. Thanks for coming in the chat. Yeah, he's a beauty. Good Western guy too. So appreciate him coming on. He's keeps the life in the chat going too.
Yeah, he was hilarious yesterday in there. So
hilarious, but like I'm good seeing him again too. But like amazing kind of life in hockey, Merles. You know, you're talking about yours. You kind of forget about like all the places you've been, and like Zach too. Like I remember playing against him. This is years ago, 2011 or something, maybe. I don't even know. And like, all of a sudden he's still going, and he's like in all these different countries. He's all over the place. So. Lots of work in hockey all over the world. You can find jobs kind of everywhere. Some of them pay better than others. There's no question, but pretty amazing what guys do and where they go and where they end up playing. So thanks for him coming on. Pasha kind of just slinked out of there too. Thanks, Pasha, as he tried to get Jesper Bratt going. A little shout out to his little doll, little voodoo doll that he has for Jesper Bratt. He better start doing something to getting him going, because he's got one empty net goal. Like I just feel like I haven't seen much of him. We got their picks in though. Amazing.
Yeah, these guys are on the chat or in my hockey DB now. They're all fired up that I played with Danny Heatley in Germany in 2015. He is a beauty. He was unbelievable. I don't know. I've asked him a few times to come on Chicklets, the real Chicklets. I think we will get him someday. He'd be a guy you want to have in person though. Yeah, you know, the interviews just run so much better when we're all there as a crew, and he was hilarious when he came over. He always has that white, thick Renfrew tape, you know, and so he gets there, and like he's so used to just NHL where they have everything. And
he has like 5 pairs of gloves. He has like 10 pairs of those wrist guards, all stacked. It's crazy what he has going. But
so what he does, our team just has like probably the cheapest tape you can buy. That's how it goes in Europe. You save every buck you can on all that stuff. So he gets there and he's not happy with the tape. Next thing I don't know who he called, but this box, it barely fit in this room of Renfrew white thick gets sent over. And he was such a mutt. Like he would tape his blade, and he does it like 3 times on his blade. Rips it, and then he's got to sit in his seat, and he's got to throw it, and it's got to land in the garbage can. It was like his superstition. So if he missed, he'd go get it, come back, and he'd do it again. So there'd be all these rolls, brand new rolls of white tape sitting in the thing. You'd see like the junior kids coming in there, taking them out. Some of our players going in, taking them out, bringing them home. So he was hilarious. I
got to play.
He took great care of us.
Great guy. I found I got to play obviously against him, and then got to play world championships with him as well, which is coming up here. We'll get to that as well.
A segue. That would have been
segue right there. Oh my God, Danny Heatley. But I think one of the all-time Canadian like world championship scorers in a Canadian jersey. I could be wrong with that stat, but I remember he was just like he talk about a guy that could hit any puck. Behind him, in front of him, in the air, bouncing, rolling, didn't matter. He could just score, and get to hang out with him every day. It was crazy. He would have he'd go for these like cold plunges all the time. Did he do that when he was with you?
Every morning, come in, dunk all the way down,
full dunk, polar bear dunk, all the way under freezing cold temperatures. He would do it every day.
Every day. I loved it. I started joining him with it. It was shake the hung. Like we were in Germany where there was a lot of beer drinking going on. So we shook a lot of hangovers together in the shower in the cold tub.
Yeah, cold tub legend is Danny Heatley. Hopefully the boys at Chicklets can get him on. Let's move forward to our next game, Seattle against Dallas. That series is knotted at 2s. What do you make of this, Merles? What do you think we're going to see tonight?
Stars. I've been on the Stars the whole time.
It's in Dallas too. It's
Kraken
in Dallas.
Keep messing with me, but like Witt, I have the series. I took Dallas once they were down 1-0. I took them for the series big, so I'm invested on them. I like them going home. Seattle's a great story. I've been trying to find somebody from Seattle or somebody that played there, and they're just so new. There's not a ton of connections to get some more info on Seattle out there. It's just tough. But I'm on Dallas. I'm also on Domi anytime, plus 270. I feel like he's been playing really well, and he's motivated to play well. He
had 3 points last game.
Yeah,
3 points.
So to get him at plus 270, I feel good about. He also plays usually the last minute of the games, so he could get the empty netter. That Draisaitl screwed me on last night. So I look for him at plus 270. I feel good about that one.
a little lose one, win one series once again, and yeah, I'm torn. I'm not sure where to take this, but gee, you got something? Give me something. You've been saying.
Yeah, I got I mean, Pavelski has been incredible since he came back. So I got Pavelski plus 150 to record at least one power play point.
Ooh, I like that. I looked at him for the goal. I was debating him with the goal, but the odds were so low, and
that's why I went power play point. I didn't like the juice.
Yeah, I want to hit big again tonight, like Bouchard.
I know. I just don't see anything.
Ottinger in there. I'd feel better if they lost last game. Then I would be hammering Dallas again.
Here we go. We got legendary Duck, Jaden Schwartz and Jack Hughes anytime plus 775.
Going Schwartzy. That was my guy last game, man.
Schwartzy, he's in the mixer.
Should go back to the well.
Yeah, I like that call.
Pavelski, former Heater teammate. Follow the signs. Oh, Jerry Showman. I like that. Smart.
Yeah, really good. The people in the chat are unbelievable, hey?
That's some chat.
Give a hand to the people in the chat. They always throw out some unbelievable stuff. Keep track of the chat, folks. You get some good picks from some of these, Game Notes daily monsters in there. Pavelski, 2 points plus 250. Ooh.
Fergie.
I like
Alex
that.
Ferguson.
I'll ride with Fergie. Mark me down for that.
Pavs.
I think Dallas wins tonight. On home ice.
Yeah, me too.
I think they get it done. I think they get it done tonight. Go up 3-2. The series is a dogfight. I would not be surprised to go 7, but I do think Dallas wins tonight. So take whatever you want from that, Murr. What would you do with that?
Yeah,
I'll
put
puck
you down
line.
for Pavs. What was that? What was those odds on that? Pavs plus 1.5. I can't find it. Oh, I'll look it up later for us. Put it in the blog. Remember, check the blog. They'll be out late towards closer to game time. Remember to subscribe. Hit the like button, share with all your friends so we can keep doing this show. We're having a blast. We're giving out winners. Roy likes Bjorky plus 220. That's never a bad play if you're back in Seattle. He'll score. If Seattle's going to win, he'll probably score.
Yeah, big boy pants tonight, Luke Hughes.
I saw he was in the Barstool Sports book. I think plus 600 anytime goal. Luke Hughes get his first goal.
Wow. And Martinook's going to pop off. I mean, Martinook's having a heck of a series right now. He's 9 points so far. I feel like a time that you would take him though, he just nothing. It's one of those.
Yeah, I almost forgot. My biggest plays of the day. My biggest plays because I had to wait. I'm combining both games. I'm doing an Army. I'm going parlay. I'm doing number one. I'm doing a Canes and Stars money line parlay. Comes out to plus 170. Get both games for price one plus 170, and then I'm doing the Army puck line parlay with both of them plus 579.
So
I love this one.
So you're doing Canes, Dallas?
Yep.
Puck line parlay?
Yep.
Put me down for that.
I don't care. I'm doing it.
I like
puck
that.
line parlay.
Put me down for it too. EBR boys, EBR.
Oh, I love doing
Speaking
that
of EBR boys, we have someone who wants to jump in here.
Yep.
Here we go. Oh, our Vegas insider. Big Z boy.
What's going on today?
What are you thinking?
Have you listened at all? We found you again.
Yeah,
we got to talk the World Championships. We had the perfect segue earlier. We couldn't use it because we had to get our Stars picks in. But World Championships start on Friday. First games are real early in the morning, so we got to get some picks from you.
Tomorrow's right?
I don't know.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah,
no sleep.
In like 48 hours, buddy.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So I did some research. I'm on Sweden plus 250 to win their group. They're in a tough group, Finland and USA, and they got I think it's Czech or something like that. So they have a tough group, but I think Finland. I'm pretty pumped to see like their lineup. They got a lot of NHL guys. They got a lot of young NHL guys, a couple older guys. I wrote down a few names for the EBR boys. So they got Nylander, the younger one, Lucas Raymond. I'm really excited to see Leo Carlsson play. I want to see. I think he can. Obviously he's not going to go number one, but that'll help us draft stock and see where he lands next year. And then they got Silverberg over there, which is good. Kind of a veteran guy, can score and stuff. They got a defenseman. You should know this, Merle. He played all over. His name's Henrik Tomarins. You know that guy?
Yeah, I think he plays for Geneva.
Yeah, he's back in. He played back in Sweden this year. He came back to Frölunda, but he was like the Swedish. Yeah, he's the Swedish like defenseman of the year, so he's dominant. And then I think the biggest thing is going to be who do they play in goal? They could play the Wallstead kid who just had a great AHL and he's considered like a top prospect for mini. And then they got that monster, Lars Johansson, the guy we used to just follow around when he played in Russia.
Yeah,
His
he was
name
great.
Lars.
SKA. Yeah, this Tomarins played last year at Geneva. That's what we won. We won on them. He's going to Frölunda back next year, but he's a player. He's a big guy.
He won like he's like defenseman of the year, like in the Swiss league. So
the Frölunda cheese, somebody says in there.
Frölunda Chiefs. That's who Timra opens up with. Opening night, September 30. Schedule came out. Yep.
Oh, it did. All right, yeah. So I got them, and then I'm really excited to see. Hopefully, and then obviously you got to take Canada. They're only plus 100 to win their division, but man, they got like all NHL guys, which is great to see. I'm kind of pumped to see Milan Lucic on the. Are they playing on the big? Are they playing on the big surface?
Well, Finland. It'll depend. In Finland, they have some smaller rinks in Finland. Depends. What
they have like the
in.
hybrid. They have the hybrid there, which I liked when I first went there. I'm like, this isn't bad. Like it's big, but it's not bad.
Yeah, but Luch running around maybe a bigger rink is going to be really fun to watch. But they got Fantilli going on the group, so I'm excited to see him. Coming out of college, obviously he was dominant. He's G's guy. Like I don't know after G's haircut, but he's G's guy. So I'm pretty excited to see him play against the big boys. And maybe play on a line with NHL players, see how he is. And I think if he's going to go 2, let's say it's between him and Carlson.
Lucic pumping someone's eyes shut plus 250. Wait, how about that clip I found of Tuck in a fight? There's never fights
Tuck
like that over
tilt.
here.
What happens over there with that? What's the rule on that? Because I know when I was in Sweden, guys fought with their gloves on.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a joke. This is embarrassing. Guys are like, you get suspended if you drop your gloves.
And I'll tell you what is in Sweden. You miss that game, you miss the next game, and you get a $2,000 fine.
For
fighting.
For dropping the gloves. You can fight like with your gloves with boxing and stuff, but you can't.
If you're missing 2 games, I always thought of it as like that's 2 points I might get. Like I'm just trying to get bigger numbers, but I wasn't going to pay the $2,000 either. I was too busy at the casino.
Yeah. Wait,
that's why you never see fights. It's strict.
Is it 2,000 US or 2,000 kronar? Because if it's 2,000
US.
kronar,
no, it was US. No, thank you.
When I played in the lowest league in Germany, first game I was coming from the SP where there was 15 fights a game, bump you, and I go over there, guys like, no, don't fight here. You get suspended and you get the fine.
Yeah, I got in a fight in preseason in Sweden. I got in a tilt with some young defenseman. Yeah, he was screwing around, and so I dropped my gloves. I didn't think anything of it, and it wasn't like a great fight, but I definitely got him with a few for sure. I remember William Wallace. Is that his name? He used to be in Pittsburgh.
Wallace?
Is it
the guy from Braveheart?
The Braveheart.
That's from the bus. That's from
Tim
the bus.
Wallace. Is that his name? Tim Wallace.
Tim Wallace. Yeah, Penguins guy, draft pick.
Penguins guy.
Yeah.
Timmy Wallace is a pretty tough guy too. I think he's like Alaska or something from Alaska. But he can't because you know how like the imports are all like buddies, so he's on that guy's team and he's like, oh man, that was like a lot of frustration on that guy. I was like, oh yeah. Like my first like 3 weeks in Euro hockey, I was just like had enough. I was just like, I'm getting this over with. But yeah, frowned upon fighting. So Tuck had a tilt. Yeah, we'll see what happens. What's this? Army shot Merle's skating ability or Army skating ability of Merle's a shot?
Neither one of those of mine. We both had muffins. I couldn't skate.
I was a placement guy. I was just strictly placement. Where do you want it? I'll put it there, but there'll be no spit on that puck at all. There'll be no vinegar.
I was a mixer guy. I went to the blue paint. All my goals came within 3 feet of the net.
Yeah, but if you combine us though, like totally completely, make for a pretty good line right there. Migsy at center, let's get it going, Migsy.
Yep. Migsy, that's what. Once these games get less games, we're gonna break into your career in the Southern Pro League and get some of those stories when we have more time. But we got to wrap up the Worlds. I'm on the first game as Finland US. The US roster is not ideal, but first game early in the morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time. I'm on over 5 in the game, minus 120, and I'm on Finland over 3, minus 121. I'm seeing 4-2, 5-2.
I can see that.
Finland.
I can see that.
So I'm on overs that. I'm going to look for goals early on. Guys playing a little loosey-goosey early in the tournament. And for the people at home that don't know, there's 8 teams in each group. You play each team in the group, and then you'll get into the quarterfinals, semifinals.
Tournament.
It's so long. There's a lot of weaker teams. There's Kazakhstan. There's Austria. You see some big scores and some huge lines. But me and Migsy, we usually do pretty good on this tournament. We get it.
Yeah, we get a feel.
You get a feel for it early.
I'm going with the Canada over 5.5 against Latvia tomorrow. I think that Canada.
They got some guys that can score,
They got guys that can score, and I think that they're just going to bully Latvia. Latvia does like to play. I think they got a pretty good
they
goalie.
play tight.
He might have played in Sweden. The Latvian goalie, Merle?
Yeah, they usually have a couple of decent goalies always.
Yeah,
Latvia.
so but I think the over 5.5 again. I think that Canada. I could see maybe 5-2, something like that. Canada can score a lot of goals, and then I'm on the Sweden -1.5. I think it's like -150. I think they're just gonna trounce. Who are they playing? Germany.
Yeah,
I think they're playing.
Is
Germany
that bad? -159 on the -1.5 for Canada.
That's heavy. That's heavy juice. But if you're it's nice though, because like you wake up now and it's like, all right, I get a little.
I know we're back in the mix. We're back in the mix with the Merles' wake up call. Yeah, there we go.
We need that. We need the score updates in the chat. I miss those days.
Yeah, he's got a. Is there on Barstool Sports like MVP or like leading scorer? Because it'd be great to take a shot at one of those.
I saw a couple of the countries had it. I don't know why they only had a couple of the countries listed now, but check overnight.
Austria.
We still got a lot of time, but we had to get you on and get these picks early.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll be updating and adding.
I'll be sniffing around to see what comes down from Pietrangelo. I'm hearing that they're putting together a case that he should only get a game, but skating across the ice to do the swing doesn't look good. It's
I know that's what he said. The only thing is like he didn't get hurt, right? Like he got up, his arm was fine, and he skated off. But I mean, that was clear intent to like break his fucking arm.
Yeah, I think Pietrangelo was like, it's 4-1. What are you doing out here trying to get a goal? Like, give me a break. Like, get out of here. And they've been after him.
He got hit from behind too. Previous to that, Kane's taking some shots on him. I think score of the game. They're going to take all that in consideration. Like it just isn't good for him. It should have
just jumped him though. Just grab him and just start throwing punches. Like you'll get maybe 5 and a 10, but you're not going to get 2 games or 1 game. So
that was old. That was as old school as it gets. What he did there.
If he's suspended 2 games, that'll be tough. That'll be tough for Vegas. Because he plays so many minutes. But yeah, I'm excited for Worlds. Wake up, do some work, and watch it. The people will be going crazy.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Carlson and Fantilli play against these NHLers before they're there, because it's happened before. Draisaitl, that's where I found out his name was in this world. He dominated. He hasn't worked out as well as Capu Kakko. He made a name in this tournament. So it's fun to see these guys that haven't played the NHLers get a little taste of it.
Was a monster at World Juniors a couple years ago too. People excited to see him play.
Yeah, it's a fun tournament.
It is
a fun tournament.
And I'll say this too, boys. If you're a fan of it and you want to go watch it, go over to those countries. I know they have it here every once in a while or in Canada, but it's like you got to go there. The fans, and Merles, you post these videos all the time, even from Timra, the Swedish fans going nuts. They're all there. They're all there. Every country's fan bases is there. It's like very soccer fandom style where they travel, they come in, they're crushing beers all day. It's like a massive like hockey vacation for these people. So definitely worth going and checking out if you're just like a real fan of hockey and it's in a cool place. You get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, going to see some hockey and going on a nice vacation and go crazy cheering for your country. So it's
not better.
It's a fun
not
event.
Better much nightlife than Helsinki or Riga, so you're not going to you're not going to be struggling.
And now like the sun's out now till 10, 11 at night. Like it's just a beautiful time to be over here. What did you get? A gold medal there, Army?
Yeah, I got a gold and a silver.
Gold? 2. Oh, you got 2.
My goal in the gold medal game ended up holding up to be the game-winning goal too.
Ooh, not a big deal.
He's been waiting. He's been waiting to get that.
Where's
that?
That
come
puck
on, someone ask.
That puck should be up in the background there.
Yeah, I know. I got the medal. I got it all framed up in another room. I'll crack it.
It's
up.
underneath. It's under your sweatshirt. You know it's under that. I can see it. He knew it. He just like, let's go out of here.
The funny thing is Rick Nash stole my thunder with one of the nicest goals. 2 fins on his back, dragged it across everyone with that reach and tucked it in to make it 4-2. And that's the goal that's shown all the time. So it's a really sick goal though. But anyway, so we've got 2 games tonight, boys. Yeah. Thanks, Mixie
Hear that
boy.
Screaming? Hear that screaming?
Yeah,
my daughter knows you're over the hour mark. Time to go.
Yeah, we can't go over the hour mark. That's right. And we are over. Thanks, Miggsy. Thanks for coming on yesterday. Yep. And thanks to Zach Boychuk, Pasha. Obviously, Miggsy just left. Merle's great job. We got you some World Championship hockey. We teed up those 2 games today. We got some picks. Stay tuned for the blog. G, thank you again in the background. Hopefully you get over that haircut, that awful haircut.
It's not too bad. Just the sideburns. That's it. Not too bad, G. But yeah.
Anything else we're missing?
No, we're recording Chicklets tonight, so there'll be a Chicklets podcast in the morning, I think, for everyone. The big show, and then we'll go again tomorrow, Friday, for the week. Preview the whole weekend.
Yep. Can New
See you
Jersey
tomorrow at
hang on
noon.
tonight? Can New Jersey hang on tonight? Then Dallas, Seattle, everybody. Make sure to always check the Game Notes daily. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.